I have a great one for you all today. It is a $20,000 grant. And a grant like this one doesn't come around too often. And so if you're new to grants, let me quickly explain. Grants are debt-free funding that you can use to start, fund, or grow your business. So no matter what stage of business you're in, whether you're just getting started with a brand new idea, or you have an established business that is generating revenue, there is a grant opportunity for you. And so to quickly explain how grants work, in order to get a grant, you do need to fill out a quality grant application. From there, the judges will select a few people they believe most qualified to receive the grant, and then they'll go through a final round where they'll determine the grant winner. And if you want to be one of the chosen grant winners for this $20,000 grant, it's important that you pay close attention and watch to the very end, because I will share tips and strategies that I've personally seen work, as well as mistakes that easily knock business owners out of their run.
And so this $20,000 grant I'm sharing with you today is unlike most of the grants out there, as you're not just getting the money, you're also going to be a part of a structured 12-week accelerator program. And so if you're like, I need more than just the cash, I need training, resources, and coaching, you're going to get all of that and more with this grant. The organizations have committed $2 million to small business owners. And I must say that this grant, out of a ton of grants I've seen, is one of the best ones, because 100 business owners will be chosen to receive $20,000 for their business. And this is truly life-changing money. And so if you're wondering, what grant should I apply for with my limited time? This is one of those grants you don't want to pass up. And when it comes to this grant, what makes it truly stand out is that the grant funds are unrestricted, which means that you can spend the grant funds on anything you need within your business. You can spend it on marketing, hiring employees, on coaching, or resource development. And so you truly do have a wide range on what you can spend the grant funds on. And while 100 business owners will be chosen to receive the $20,000, 250 business owners will get to participate in the accelerator. And so the way it works is that they choose a larger number of people to be a part of the accelerator, and then they narrow it down to choose amongst those who will receive the $20,000 grant. And so within the accelerator program, you're going to get access to weekly business trainings, financial planning, so you'll learn how to manage your cash flow, read your numbers, and plan for sustainable growth, which is very important. You'll also get access to marketing education, how to grow and make your business stand out, as well as getting to connect with your fellow entrepreneurs. And so when it comes to who should apply for this grant, it is more suited for more established businesses that have been consistently making revenue. And so looking at some of the grant winners that have won previous rounds of this grant, they do include service-based businesses. So I want you to think about salons, cleaning companies, consultants, contractors, and other service providers actively serving clients. And then we also have retail and local businesses that have a physical presence and truly do focus on serving the community. And so in order to qualify for this specific grant, you as the applicant do need to be of legal age. It's 18 in most states and then 19 in Alabama and Nebraska. Secondly, you need to be a founder, CEO, president, or primary executive of the business. And then lastly, as the applicant, you do need to be able to fully participate in the virtual accelerator program, as the trainings and resources are necessary for you to go through in order to know how to properly grow your business with the grant funds. Moving on to your business, it is required that you be a for-profit business structure located in the US, DC, or Puerto Rico. In addition, your business needed to have generated at least $25,000 in revenue during 2025. And then lastly, it's important that your business demonstrate a need for both funding and business coaching to really be able to take it to the next level. And so before you take the time to actually apply for the grant, it's important that you know what can automatically disqualify your business. And so if you have already participated in a Hello Alice Boost Camp program within the last 12 months, you are not eligible to to participate and apply to this grant cycle. Secondly, nonprofit organizations do not qualify for this grant. And so if you're a nonprofit, charity, or other tax-exempt entity, you're not eligible for this grant. And then another ineligibility factor is if you aren't able to fully participate in their 12-week virtual accelerator program. If one of these rules knocks out your organization, no worries, as there's other grant opportunities out there. But for this specific grant, these are the requirements.
And so what you first need to know is that in order to have a real shot at actually winning this grant, there are a few steps that you need to do to set your business up for success. And so when the grant judges review your grant application, they're looking at you as a business owner as well as the business itself. And so the business needs to look good on paper in order for them to believe that you as the business owner will actually benefit from winning the grant. And so I've put together a 10-step checklist on how to have a good looking business. You can find it completely for free inside the Grant House. But just to cover on a few of the main points, you first need to have a registered business. The easiest one to set up with your state is an LLC, which stands for a limited liability company. And so in simple words, this is a legal entity that separates you from your business and shows the grant sponsors you're serious. And I've left a done for you service in the description below. They'll take care of all the paperwork for you. And so once you take care of the LLC, you also want to have a strong marketing presence. And so this could look like having a website as well as a TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube account. Just choose one of the platforms to focus on. And out of reviewing thousands of grant applications, I would say that Instagram would work best. And then lastly, I would suggest having a business checking account. This is a separate account that you can get completely free for your business revenue and expenses. And so if you're on the market looking for a business checking account, I do recommend Bluevine, as right now they're running a $500 bonus. And so from what I've seen from other banking partners, I have to say this is one of the best sign-up bonuses on the market. And so if you made it to this point, you know to have the best chance of winning $20,000 for your business, you will need to have an LLC, a marketing presence, as well as a dedicated business account. And while you might view some of these grant-ready steps as boring, they are essential to have the best chance of winning.
And so when it comes to the timeline or the key dates you need to know for this grant, it's first important that you know the deadline, which is June 23rd, 2026. And so you do have a couple weeks to apply for this grant. Then on July 20th, they will notify participants on who will be chosen for the accelerator program. It's very important that you respond to the emails saying that you are interested and available to participate. If you don't respond to those emails in a timely manner, you will miss out on the opportunity. And then we have July 30th, which is the date the accelerator program begins. And then August 6th is the first live session. And then on November 28th, which is about 3 or 4 months later, they will announce the $20,000 grant winners. So if this grant sounds like a good fit for you, the way that you would apply is by going to helloalice.com and clicking on the Allstate Main Street Grant Program, where it will have the button to apply now in the upper right-hand corner. And so before you actually apply to the grant, I would read the frequently asked questions as well as put the terms and conditions through AI and ask for the most important details back. And so before you actually go to apply, I would recommend you scroll down and look at the previous grant recipients. So look at the type of business they have, their website, as well as their social media pages. And so once you're ready to apply, you're gonna hit the apply now button. It's then gonna take you to this page right here, where it'll recap the eligibility criteria, and then it'll go into the grant application questions. And so right off the bat with the application, they have qualifying questions. If you answer these questions wrong, your application won't even get read. And so it asks you first, will you be able to participate in the virtual boost camp program? You need to say yes to this question. And then it asks you how many hours per month can you dedicate to participating in the boost camp. And so if we go over to the FAQ section, it says participants should expect to commit 6 to 10 hours per month. And so if you put less than 6 hours, let's say 1 to 5 hours, your application will automatically get rejected. And so you want to include 6 to 10 hours to show you have time to commit to the boost camp program. And then it's going to ask you questions about you. I would recommend that you be honest and truly show your personality as you fill out these questions. So they'd like to hear more about your business. They do ask for your Facebook, Instagram, as well as your LinkedIn page. Further along, it does ask for your business type as well as your business address. Then they have some short response questions like describe the impact of this opportunity on your business, as well as in what ways do you and your business support your customers and community. And so I would recommend that you be very thoughtful in your responses to these questions, as this is truly where great grant applicants stand out. And then once everything looks good, you're gonna hit the submit button. From there, you should receive an email within 24 hours letting you know that they have received your application. In the meantime, I would recommend that you continue to apply to grants as well as focus on growing your business.
And make sure to check out the video right here so the grant money you win has a home.
This is going to change everything for our community. We worked so hard for this, and it's finally here.